This is an in-service training program presented by Nutrition Care Systems. Today's program, Customer Service Skills. Upon completion of this in-service, you will be able to, number 1, define customer service, number 2, identify the top customer service skills, and number 3, recognize the things customers notice about the dining room and food. So customer service is really a series of activities that are designed to enhance the level of customer satisfaction. So in other words, we want our customers, whether they be residents or family members, to be happy with our services. Sometimes we put food on a plate and forget that someone is actually eating that food. So it's really important to care about the quality of the food, how it looks, the temperature, before we serve it to the resident. And if there are any problems, that we resolve those so we don't just walk away. So our customers get an overall impression of our facility as soon as they walk in the door. And remember, like the old saying says, that you never get a second chance for a first impression. So during that initial visit, many families are going to ask about the food, they're going to observe residents during meal times, and they're going to probably ask to sample the food. It's important for employees to exhibit a positive attitude at all times while serving the resident and the family members. Here are some top customer service skills to make sure that you have when you're serving your residents, family members, any other staff. Patience is huge. Make sure you're able to listen attentively when someone asks you a question, that you don't just turn away, but that you actually look them in the eye and give them your full attention. Tact, never be aggressive, defensive, or blame the customer. If there's a problem, make sure you're very tactful in your response. It's also very important, especially in the long-term care setting, to have empathy. Always display empathy to the customer. Put yourself in their shoes. If a family member seems upset, remember they may be going through a lot of stress, especially if their loved one is ill. So don't get mad at the customer or the family member. We know sometimes they can be a challenge, but just make sure you put yourself in their shoes. There may be a lot of things going on in their lives. Have that positive attitude. Be positive at all times, because it's very infectious when you're positive, and being positive puts everyone else in a good mood. Make sure you have that attention to detail, remembering someone's name, their favorite food, their birthday. These are kind of the things that customers love. Don't just say good morning, but if you say good morning, Mr. Smith, or good morning, Mrs. Jones, take the time to remember details that go a long way to impressing the customer. If someone told you about maybe their granddaughter or their grandson maybe was in some kind of competition, make sure you remember that and ask them about that. Organizational skills. When things are organized, it shows professionalism, caring, and concern. It's important to be adaptable. There's always going to be pressure in the kitchen, we know that, but being adaptable to change is important. Always try to accommodate a customer's request, as long as it's within reason. But again, try to be very adaptable to the residents. Friendly, that's a key. Always smile, and the world smiles back at you. Leave your grumpy, bad attitude at home. Atmosphere of the dining room. You want to make sure the lighting is appropriate, that it's not too dark. The noise level, we got to make sure that it's not too noisy in the dining room when the residents are eating. Make sure it's quiet and peaceful. Keep conversations amongst employees to a minimum and don't yell across the dining room. Cleanliness, make sure the tables, floors, and chairs are clean. Make sure the appearance of the food is exceptional. We don't want any drips or spills on the plate. Make sure those are wiped off prior to service. Taste and temperature of the food is extremely important. The food must taste good, the hot food must be hot, and the cold food must be cold, and there are no exceptions to this. Do your residents have choices at mealtime? Make sure that if they don't like the main entree, that they're offered a substitution. Size of the portion. Many elderly residents want smaller portions, so make sure the portion sizes are appropriate. And are the residents served in a timely manner? Make sure that they don't wait too long to get their food. And also, when there are customer concerns, are they addressed promptly? Don't ignore any concerns. That's nothing more irritating than a resident having a complaint about something and no one addresses that problem. Do the employees act cheerful and make eye contact with all the customers when they're serving? If a resident does not eat an adequate amount, do we ask them if they want something else or if there is something else we can do to help them eat better? Don't just ignore a resident that leaves a lot of food on their plate and just have them walk away. Make sure you ask them if there's something else you can get for them, or that we can make sure that there's not anything else going on. Let's take a short quiz on customer service skills. Question number 1. What is not one of the top customer service skills to have? A, patience, B, empathy, C, ignoring the customer, or D, tact? Question number 1 was what is not one of the top customer service skills? And obviously that's C, ignoring the customer. We never want to ignore the customer. Always want to have patience, empathy, and be tactful. Question number 2. The following things are important about the atmosphere in the dining room: noise level, cleanliness, lighting, or all of the above. So the answer to question number 2, which of the following things are important about the atmosphere in the dining room? And as we mentioned before, all of these are important. Noise level, we don't want it too noisy. Cleanliness, proper lighting. Question number 3. Which of the following is important in relation to food? A, number of food choices. B, size of the portions. C, taste and temperature. Or D, all of the above? And the answer to question number 3, which of the following is important in relation to food? And of course the answer is D, all of the above. The number of food choices is important, the size of the portion. Some residents want large portions, some want small. And of course taste and temperature is extremely important. Question number 4 is true or false. Smiling is better than being grumpy. Of course, the answer is true. Smiling is always better than being grumpy. Leave your grumpy, bad attitude at home. And our last question, also a true or false question. If a resident does not eat much, just remove their plate and do not ask them if they want anything else. And the answer to question number 5, of course, is false. If a resident doesn't eat too much or just leaves a lot of food on their plate, make sure we ask them if they want anything else. Do not just walk away and take their plate away. Thank you for your participation in today's program. Our goal is for you to use this information in your daily work. We hope you are well served today and every day. To find out more information about our in-service programs or our consulting dietitian services, please contact us at Nutrition Care Systems, 1275 Davis Road, Suite 121, Elgin, Illinois, or visit us on the web at nutritioncaresystems.com.